What it is, YouTube? It's your boy DC coming back with another bullseye of a video here today on the channel. I wanted to ask the question, is it possible to mix a vocal with only one plugin? I want to talk about the concept of why engineers create chains in general, you know, like different chains, not the chains that you wear on your neck or around your wrist, but why do we create chains? Why do we create vocal chains? Why do we create mastering chains and stuff like that? So if y'all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You want to support the channel? Well, check the link down below in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. So let's go. Let's listen to what we're working with.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost is in all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the crack.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bypass all of these plugins, and I'm actually going to start off from the very beginning, okay? So pretty much I don't have no plugins on this except for a trim plugin, and I'm just going to go over the basic plugins like CLA Vocals. I know a lot of people love CLA Vocals, and a lot of the times people say, oh, it's an all-in-one vocal plugin. So I just kind of want to play around with it a little bit and see like what sound we can get out of it and talk about, okay, what would this lack in order for us to use it as a one plugin, one-stop shop.
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost is in all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the set of fill. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal, and the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you drifting away. But
all right, so one thing I like about the CLA Vocals though is that it's trying to be an all-in-one plugin, but one thing for sure is like for example, like with the EQ, it doesn't really let you actually dial in like a filter, or even like, you know, sometimes the plugin might have like a quick filter button where you could just click it and maybe it does like 100 hertz or something like that. You know, it's actually depending on it. It sounds like a shelf, to be honest, like a low shelf. And the thing about something like a shelf is that it doesn't actually let you, you know, like remove all the low end like a filter would, you know, like a shelf is more shaped kind of like this a little bit, you know, like this. This is a shelf. It just diminishes the low end. It doesn't actually like cut it out the whole way, which is what you kind of want with a filter. That's why a lot of times you see people do a classic move like this with the filter. I actually like how a lot about the CLA Vocals, how you have some quick parallel compression. Usually like with other types of plugins, you know, another situation, you'd have to create an aux and all that stuff like that. So I think it's cool for that. Like if you wanted to use it as a quick all-in-one plugin to just get parallel compression, I think it would be good for that, especially because it has 3 different types. The high end, I kind of don't like how the high end sounds, especially on this vocal. But I don't think the high end offers much in terms of, you know, detail. It sounds more like something where you would bring out aggression and presence, but, you know, sometimes rappers are rapping very close to the microphone, so you already hear all the detail and aggression. And I usually like something like a mag EQ, or I prefer to use maybe like something like a saturator over like a typical EQ. So I think that's where the CLA Vocals would fail as a all-in-one plugin. So it would get a 2 out of 3 on the test, which is a 66%, which is a D coming from your teacher Nix. All right. Now let's try to use this all-in-one plugin. Now you see a lot of, back in the days, a lot of the engineers say, oh, we just recorded and we just brought it up on the board and it sounded great. So let me see if it's possible to mix a whole vocal with just the SSL.
looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost is in all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the set of fill. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal, and the alcohol sure made us. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the Cetaphil. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is lit. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go.
Now, honestly, I damn near think it would be possible to mix a whole vocal with just the SSL strip, because you have things like, you know, it has an unfair advantage over the CLA, right? First of all, it has a dedicated filter spot. So that's what I was trying to say, you know, like whenever you're trying to mix a vocal, you're always going to need the filter, you know, to really like start to shape the low end. But I love the combination of the filter and the parametric EQ. You could really get the vocal already sounding like, okay, this shit is done. You feel me? And that compressor, I love how it finishes it off. So I can't even cap, bruh. If I had to try to mix a vocal with just one plugin, I think the SSLG would probably do it. Do you guys like to use the SSLE, the SSLG? Which types do you like to use? The Waves version, the Plugins Alliance version? Let me know down below. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one. I think channel strips are pretty good to try to, you know, mix with just one plugin. I'm not saying that you have to mix all with one plugin. The main point of it is that there's a reason why engineers create chains, right? Because with the chains, for example, like a vocal chain like this, you know, each plugin is doing a little bit of a little bit, right? That's why, you know, you got to understand, okay, like, you know, how is each gear rolling into the conveyor belt? You know, I think a SSL is great because it has the whole conveyor belt right here with the filters, the EQ, compression. You're always going to need that. You're always going to need filters. You're always going to need EQ. You don't always need compression, but it helps though. You're always going to need either compression or saturation, something that's going to let you bend the waveform. You feel me? Something that's going to let you maybe like smooth out the high end or add some plumpness, not using the EQ, because that has some side effects when you start to boost, especially with digital EQ. So yeah, that's why I think this is a great channel strip to use. But let's look at the API vision though. You feel me? If I had to try to mix a whole song with just this, you know, what type of sound could you get out of it?
Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the Cetaphil. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you're drifting away, but the realness medicinal. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect, then I never will. When the cracks start to show, get the Cetaphil. Been allergic to the fake, where's my Benadryl? The delusion is clinical and the solution is literal. And the alcohol sure may dissolve all the guilt and the shame as you're drifting away, but the real. Looking for the truth, but forgot that's me. Nothing but a dude in a large white tee. Been offbeat, won't quantize me. Only confidence lost isn't all y'all peeps. Spin a web of lies, but can't hog tie me. Play petty games, but you're not my league. When the crowds go home and the lights turn off and it's all said and done, you are not my team. If I gotta put my foot in your neck just to get your respect.
So the API would be definitely a good plugin to try to mix it all in one. I can't lie, the channel strips are pretty good. I know those CLA Vocals, I'm not trying to shit on it, but you know, if you do ever want to be more efficient with making vocal chains and stuff like that, try to pick something like a channel strip that has the compression and the EQ. The API is interesting because the EQ is very kind of like broad. It can become broad, it can become narrow, depending on how you boost and cut it. But always when I use a channel strip, I always play around with the filters and the low end. I go between, like on the SSL, I fuck around with the filter and the low shelf, and that's how I shape the low end. So when I'm shaping the low end, I'm actually listening to the bass of the 2-track beat. On this song, I actually had the stems though, so I actually had the real bass and all that stuff like that. So I listened to the low end of the beat and I listened to the low end of the vocal, and I try to like shape those two together. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't want it to be like two fat people trying to walk into a door at the same time, two stuffing two Twinkies in their mouth type shit like that. So that's why I always find myself playing with the shelf and the low filter as I'm listening to the bass of the vocal and the bass of the 808 in the song to get the low end to sound good. Once you get the low end to sound good, it's pretty easy because at that point you just filling up the top and you're listening to like the instruments and stuff like that. Making sure that the vocal maybe has the highest point of air. You feel me? That's why I did something like a shelf on 12K. But what do you guys think though? Do you really think it's possible to mix with only one plugin? Because a lot of plugins are advertised like that. And that's why I wanted to make this video. The reason why engineers, we create changes because you want to add a little bit of an ingredient here and a little bit of ingredient there, right? So the whole point of that is that you're slowly building up your vocal to sound like how you want it to, rather than just trying to let one plugin do all of the work. It is also an argument too though, right? That you want to find a balance and you don't want to have too many plugins, because the more plugins you put on the vocal, it is going to sound worse. I can guarantee that. Okay. But it's like a fine balance between doing a little bit with each plugin, letting each plugin do a job, right? And then, not having too many plugins. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Is it possible to mix vocals with only one plugin, or what is your one plugin that is your go-to that you feel like if you could only have that one plugin, it could get you as close to a good vocal sound as it could? Just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all now. Peace.